Hello. Yeah, hi. A very good evening to everyone. I hope my voice is audible to all of you. Hi, Ashil. Hi, Radhika. Hi, Mohan. Hi, Rama. So let's get started now. Let me just share my screen. Before I just share my screen, let me also share a data set that we are going to use in today's session. Okay, so I have shared a data set with all of you. Please download it. Yep, I hope you are able to download the data sets. So now always let's take a look at the data once, right? So let's try to understand what kind of data do we have, and then we will do some analysis on it. See, basically the data that we have is this is the data about 1,000 startups, right? So you will see there are two sheets, overview and financials. Okay. In one of the sheets, you will find, we in the sheet one, we have the ID of the company, the name of the company, to which industry that that startup belongs, a little description about it, in which year was it founded, and how many employees, and in which state city the startup is. In the second tab, you have the information related to like what was the revenue that was generated, right? What was the revenue that was generated by those startups in the different years, right? Like in 2015, what was the revenue and what was the expense, what was the profit, and then finally what was the growth. Then same thing for 2014. In 2014, what was the revenue, what was the expense, what was the profit, what was the growth. So this is how we have the information for all the 1,000 startups within the two tabs. Okay. Now, as a data scientist, right? So, as a data analyst, what we need to do is we need to create some analysis where, suppose you submit this, you have to submit a report to the investors, and the investors want to, understand which are the startups they should invest, right? In which top startups they should be investing their money in. So, how do you think we can do that? What criteria should we keep so as to figure out which are the top startups?
We can check the growth percentage, whether it's going up or
right? So maybe the growth, right? So which startups have the highest growth? We can try to do some analysis on the basis of the industry, right? Which industry was generating the highest revenue, right? Like for example, if I see IT is the industry which has generated the highest revenue, so I should probably try to find out the top companies for IT. Correct. So first I do the industry, and within the industry, then I find the top performing firms. Now there are a couple of ways by which we can do it. So let us try to do this now. Just give me one. Let's just sorry. Okay, right. So what we were talking was like we can first find out the analysis being done on the basis of industry, and then we can find the top companies from there. So let's get started, right? So let's open the tableau. It's an Excel file. Let's get connected to this. So did you guys get a chance to work on that the assignments? If you like to discuss anything, we will do that today. We'll do that today also. So anything you like to ask on the assignments and all? Okay. See, now we have two tabs, right? One is overview. So we need to make a join between two them, right? So in this, I have the name of that firm and the industry. So if I'll double click on this, right? So I'll make a join between the two. So all of you, please do it. So now let's come over here. And now what I'll do is, first of all, I'll make a chart over here. I'll make the first chart on the basis of industry, right? So we have industry, and we will use the latest years of data, that is 2015 revenue. Can you all please make a change to this chart, right? This is a chart that we have created where I can see what was the total revenue that was generated by each industry. Okay, so we have the data over here where we can see what was the total revenue generated by each industry. So if you see IT services and the software, I do not want to show them as two different industries. I want to show them as same industry. So how can I do that?
Grouping.
Grouping. So please do that. Please do the grouping on the data. Right? So simple, right? So what we need to do is we just need to right click on this field and we use the option of create a group, and we use IT services and we select software and we group them. And now we remove the industry from here and we bring the industry. So now this is the chart that this is the visual that we get where we have grouped the data of IT services and software. Now let's add another sheet. Now let me ask you another task. So I'll make the same chart industry, not the group, industry. So I have all the industries and 2015 revenue. See, now what I want to do over here is, suppose if I ask you that what you all have to do is that in this visual, I want that when someone takes a look at this chart, he should get an impression that IT service and software, they belong to the same group, but I do not want to merge them together. Okay, getting it? I want that the chart should give that impression that these two industries, they are the belong to the same category or the same family, but I do not want to merge them together. So how do you think I can show that thing in the form of visual perspective?
Same colored columns, same color like rows for them.
In color. So how will I do it? If I have to do that thing, how can I achieve that? How can I give the same color to these two and rest of them come in the different color?
as set in create. If we go to industry,
Hmm.
I don't know, I'm just trying this. Right click, industry.
Set is something that we haven't done, and I'll be
Okay.
teaching that. But right now, if you don't know set, how will you achieve it?
No,
See, what I can do is I can put industry on the color.
hmm.
All the industries will come in the different colors. Then I click on color, edit the colors. I'll select all of them, and I will say let me make all of them as blue, and IT services and software as red. So if I do this, so now what happen is these two get the different colors, right? And all the others are in the same color. But this is actually a tedious task, right? Because I had to do so much of stuff on this. I had to change the colors and everything. So in order to do this thing, right? So we have a concept that is called as set, right? Now set is something which is like similar to group, but it is little more advanced as compared to a group that we have, right? Basically in grouping, what happen is when you club the things together, they become one single entity, right? When you combine the items in the group, they become one single entity. Whereas when we work with the set, now set is something that works. It does not combine them together. It still shows them as separate entity. Okay, let me show you what do I mean by that. So if I make this chart over here, I bring the industry over here, and I bring the revenue over here. Okay. Now over here on this industry, what I'll do is I'll right click on the industry, and I will say create set. Okay, please open this up. No. Okay. Now, in the set, you will get lots of options over here. So what I'll do now, first of all, is see this dialog box looks something like the filter option only. So from here, I will select that I want to combine IT services and software, and I click on OK. So you'll notice there is a set that is created, industry set. Now, when you create a set, so please first do it. So now this set that we have created, if you will put this set on the color, right? You will notice these two get the same color. The one that we have kept in the set, they get the same color. The next advantage that we have is, we can use this set that anywhere we will use this set, it is going to take these two items together. See, it has not clubbed them together. It is still showing them as separate, but it is giving me an impression that they belong to the same family, right? If I take this, if I remove this set and let me put this set on the size, you will see both of these have the same size, Rest have the different size. If I move this set in the filters, so it's giving me options. I say use all, apply and OK. And let's say show filter. See, I can select what are the values inside the set and outside the set. Okay. Now, all of you, please create a chart over here. And in this, I would like to see 2015 revenue versus expenses for all the startups. Garima, so basically, we don't need a dual axis chart, right? What we can do is I can simply create a scatter plot. I had 2015 revenue. I have the 2015 expense. And then what I can do is I can put all the name of the companies on the detail. Right, so we can just create this chart. Now I can see over here, and technically, you know what we should do is let's inverse this. We should revenue. So we should keep it this way only. Expenses and revenue. So see, because expenses revenue is dependent on expenses. If I spend more money on the expense, I should expect more revenue, right? Now, you know, in this chart that I have created, what I would like to do is I would like to highlight those companies which have expenses less than 5 million. Okay, are you getting it? I want to highlight those companies which have the expense less than 5 million. So how will I do it? For that, we will have to create a set now, right? So let's do it. If you come to the ID, sorry, name. So we have used names over here, right? Because we use names of the companies. So if I click on the name and I say create set, now in the set, you know, you have a lot of options. You can create a set on the based on a condition and the top. If I come on the condition and I say I want to have a condition that I want to highlight those companies, I want to create a set of those companies where 2015 expense is less than 5 million. Okay. So now a set is created in which I have applied a condition where the expense is less than 5 million. I'll pick this up and put it on the color. And you see right away, I can now see those companies are highlighted which have the expense less than 5 million. So Harshad, we don't need any calculated field for this. We have this set feature and we can use that.
But Amit, this is not readable, right? So we have so many companies, and so it's like it's not possible to drag keep the cursor on each and every customer, right?
See, idea is over here is you will see we will make this chart where we will be selecting only selected companies. So we will
Okay.
move on this. But idea right now was just to highlight the companies which are less than 5 million. So I was trying to show you functionality. But right now we will see we will make it lot more user friendly.
Okay.
Okay. Now the same thing. Now can you do something like I would like to highlight the companies which have a revenue more than 10 million. I want to highlight the companies which have revenue more than 10 million. So make another set for that. Right. Okay. So we have to do the same thing, right? I go to the name again. I create a set again now. And over here, I'll come to the condition. And now this time I'm going to use 2015 revenue should be more than 10 millions. And I click OK. Now, if I bring this set on the color, you see, I get those companies highlighted which have the revenue more than 10 million. Okay. Now, what I would like to do over here is I want to, right now this chart is static. That if I have said 10 million, now this chart is going to show me only the companies which have revenue more than 10 million. Now, what I would like to do over here is if I ask you that you have to make this chart dynamic, as in a person should have the option of parameter, right? Where he can select that whether he wants to see the industries more than 10 million, 11 million, or 12 million, he should be able to select that thing. How will you do that?
Move the 2015 revenue to uh, this field, above field, like a measure,
Hmm.
and then create a parameter on it for top 10. Like we can enter the number in the filter.
So parameter will be created, applied on the name of the company, right? Because that is where you are entering that number, right? So this set that you have created, over here, that number has to be changed, right? Because right now when the number is 10 million, that is why it is showing me the number of companies in 10 millions. So that whatever parameter that I create, that parameter is independent, right? Parameter is not dependent on any field. Parameter is an independent field that we create, which can take user input. Now, wherever we assign that user input, that is where the impact on the chart will come. Correct?
Okay. Okay. So I thought you need to see only those with more than 11, more than 12. But you're saying we can see all, but only the in and out values will change.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. Okay. So what we'll do is, first of all, we'll create the parameter for that. So let's do it. So I come over here and I say create parameter, and I'll call this as, let's call it as revenue parameter. And I'm saying a person, I'm giving him a range of values, and the values will be integer. A person can select the value between, suppose 7 million to maximum of, suppose I say 12 million, with a step size of, suppose I say 1 million. Okay, so now what I've done is I have created a parameter also, and I have created all the other. This this parameter that is created, I say show parameter, and now a person can select any value from here. Now what I need to do is I need to assign this parameter to my set. So you can just do it in a minute, right? First we'll just watch it. This is the set that we have created in which we have the revenue more than 10 million. But if you see right now, like in the previous one, like when we were working with the bins or when we were working with the filters, we were able to see that parameter option over here only, right? We used to get that option of parameter, that assign that parameter. Now, in the case of set, what happens is that parameter option will not come over here. You will have to use a formula in that case. You will have to say you want to see those companies where the sum of 2015 revenue is more than revenue parameter. Whatever is the value in the revenue parameter, we are saying that this, you only want to see those companies where total revenue was more than whatever is the value in the revenue parameter. So this is how you will be able to do it. So now if you click on apply and okay, now you will notice 12 million. So it shows the companies more than 12 million, right? So 10, 9, 8, whatever value you select, you can change the values according to that. So now please make it. Right, so you have to do the same thing for that expense, create the same thing, create another parameter, and for that expense, that whatever value I select in that parameter, so it should show me the companies less than that expenses. Suppose if I select that I select 4 million, it should show me the companies which have expense less than 4 million, 3 million, 2 million, whatever I select. So please make that set also driven by parameter. Are you able to do it? What I can do is I can get a new parameter over here. I'll call it as expense parameter. Values will be integer. And I'm going to say that this is going to accept again the range of values. Minimum value I'm giving as suppose 2 million. Maximum I'm giving as suppose 7 million with a step size of 1 million. And I click OK. Right. So now what I'll do is I'll go to my set of expense. I'll edit the set and I will say that I want to see the data by field where I have to create a formula where I will say sum of expenses is less than expense parameter. So we can now see that is also created. Now I can modify this chart. Let's bring the expense set on the color and now it is, and let's say show parameter. Now this will be controlled by the expense parameter. Correct? Okay. Others, are you all able to do it? See, now, if you will see over here, what do you think will be the most, which, according to you, which are the companies where you would like to invest? Right? Technically, if you see the companies which have high revenue and low expense, those are the companies you would like to invest your money in. Correct? For example, if I take a look at this over here right now in this chart, in this section, now this is the set of companies where definitely I would like to invest my money in, right? Because these are the companies which have low expense and high revenue, right? If you see, we are highlighting the companies with high revenue, low expense. With the set, what you can do is you can also combine them, right? If you right click on any one of the set and you say create combined set, right? So let's call this as combined set. What you can do is you can combine two sets. So this is the set 1 and this is the set 2. Okay, so we have two sets over here now. Now, if you take these two sets, now when you combine them, you will find two options over here. Okay, you will find four options over here. How do you want to combine them? First option is when you combine, it says all members in both the sets. So that means this will show the complete data of set 1 and set 2. If you choose the second option, it is going to show you the data which is common between them, which is common between set 1 and set 2. The third one is it will show you the data that is only present in set 1 but not in set 2. And fourth is going to give you the data which is only present in the set 2 but not in set 1. Okay, this is how the sets work over here. So which option should I keep? I should keep the second option. Right, inner join, correct. So now if I click on OK, I get a combined set. Now let's use this set on the color. Now if you take a look at it, now those companies, only those companies are highlighting which are meeting my criteria, right? I want to see only those companies which have expense less than 3 million and revenue more than 11 million. If I want to change it, I can change this as well, right? Now, if you see now, I am only left with only very selective companies. I don't need to focus on all the companies. I'm only focusing on the companies which meet my criteria out of this. And if you want to change the shape, you can do that. Let's make it filled circles. I hope this is clear to all of you.
One question. So when it was showing show all members, what would happen in that?
It will show the complete data of set 1 and set 2. So like if I go over here, I say edit set. Let's choose the first option. See, it's showing the companies, all the companies which have expense less than 3 million and all the companies which have revenue more than 12 million. Right?
Okay.
So it's taking into consideration all the companies. So see, we have those companies also which have revenue less than 12 million, but they had expense less than 3 million. But when I said inner, the only a common one, so it shows me only the data which is present in both of them.
Okay. Okay.
If you choose the third option, it will show you only this data, and only in the another one, it will show you only this data, which is only present in set 1 or in set 2. You can try it out. You can just play it out with the 4 options once. Okay. So now this is how we work with the set over here. And now if you see over here, this parameters that we create, just a small functionality on the parameter. If you right click on the parameter and you edit the parameter, see there's an option of display format. So if you see these numbers are coming like this a little not user friendly in terms of reading these numbers. So what I can do now is if you click on the display format, you can see that you would like to show the numbers in the form of currency, custom, and you can choose the display units as millions. So it's more better to see the numbers in that format. So you will see it's coming 12 million. So 11, 12, 10, 9, 8. So you can keep these as like this. Display format can be changed. You can control the decimal places also. Okay, sure. Now what we can do is let's create another chart over here. Let's add another sheet. Now over here, what we will do is let's try to just create the date a chart where I would like to have the name of the companies, and I would like to keep the 2015 growth in the values. I'm just creating a chart over here, and let's show the numbers in the descending order. So the companies which have the highest growth. Now, can you all please make a set where what I would like to do is I would like to highlight the companies which have the top 10 companies in terms of growth. I would like to highlight those companies. So can you please do that? Create a set for that. The top 10 companies in terms of growth. No, not using filter, just the set. So if you see over here on the companies, the name of the companies that we have used, name of financials. If you just right click on this, you can create a set again. And now this time we will use top. I want to use top 10 by 15% growth. And then if I bring this on the color, it highlights the top 10. Okay. So this is how you work with the sets now, right? So you guys can save this file if you want, and then let's move ahead with that.
Amit, sometimes I'm not getting the sort option at the top.
Sorry.
Sometimes I'm not getting the sort option, the 3 lines at the top.
This one.
No. Yeah. Yes.
It comes on the side of the values, right? So you are not getting it right now.
No.
You see over here, this is from where what you can do. You can select like how do you want to sort it. So for different chart, it gets a little different.
Okay.
So generally, like if you just click on this, so you can just sort it from here, like on the base of this. You're not getting it on for the values right now.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, right. So what you do is you just click on this arrow and then you can decide on which field. So you want to sort it by this. So you can change that.
Okay.
Now let's move ahead. So you can all save this file and I'll open a new file now.
So one question, Amit, over here. Why did you put growth percentage on text?
So I was trying to create a table. So basically, I just wanted to create a table over here. If you will, if you would have put it over here on the columns, you would have got a bar chart. So that is how the chart would have come up. So I wanted to create. I was looking out to create a type of a chart which looks like a table right now. So that is why I kept it on the text.
Okay.
Right. Like for example, if I add a new sheet, suppose if I bring the name of the what I can do is states, right? So I have the name of the states. Then you see this automatically shows text over here. Now in the state, I have the cities. I bring the city over here. And for each city, I want to see what was the 2015 revenue. So I pick up the revenue from here and put in the text that is ABC where it's So it creates a table for me, table look that I want to create.
Okay, so this text one helps us create it in a table format, like just enters the text of that.
Yes, yes. Okay, so you can all open a new file and let me just share one data set again with all of you. Okay. See, I've shared one more data set with all of on the WhatsApp. So this is a file that I've shared with all of you. You can always download this. Okay, so now you take a look at this data, right? Sometimes it happens that the data file that you receive, it might not come in a proper way, right? If you see right now, this file, this is the file that I've shared, the Excel file, right? So in this case, if you will notice, we have some headers over here, we have some subheaders over here. There are a lot of columns that are hidden, right? If I unhide it, you will find a lot of columns that are hidden over here. Now, what will happen is if you will load this data in Tableau, right? If you are going to load this data in the Tableau, you are not going to get the data in a proper way. Okay, let me show you what do I mean by this. If I connect to the data, Excel, and I bring this file over here, and this is the sheet PC says. You see the data is not coming in a proper format. These are my headers, which are coming as a part of the data. This is just a normal title for that report. All that hidden columns that I had, they are coming as the null columns over here, which is definitely not required. And you can see there is a blank row also, which is coming over here where you see every value is coming as null, null, null. So data is not coming in a proper format. So how can I bring it in the now? How can I rectify this data? So first of all, you please load this data in your Tableau. Then I'll show you. It's a very 1 second task to bring the data in the correct format. Done. See, you will notice, in the Tableau, you get an option over here, use data interpreter. It is an automatic functionality. What this does is that this cleans the data for you automatically, the best possible way. You just have to click on this. And now you can notice the data is coming in proper order. It has cleaned the data with the interpreter. And now you can see the data is coming in a proper sorted way, the way it should have been. So you can see all the columns and the headers which are coming properly. So it has ignored the titles and all, and it has done that cleansing of the data by itself.
But out of general practice, how trustworthy is this interpreter? Like, is it always going to clean your data? Like we don't need to clean it firsthand in Excel.
You don't need to do it, so it will do it by itself, by its own judgment. And you can also review the results, right? If you click on the review the results, Excel will open up where you will be able to see that so this is just like an index page. This was the sheet that we loaded. So it is saying that what Tableau has done is Tableau has made this as the header and rest as the part of the data. Okay, so it shows you what change it has done in that file. But if you think that this is not correct, then definitely you will have to go and do it manually. But most of the time it will be correct.
Okay.
You still see, there is one column that is coming over here. Like if you see over here, this null column is still coming in this tab. That is because, there is still some value that you will find. If you will just keep scrolling down over here, you will find that there is some value that you have inside this. You see, there was like some 0, because of which it didn't, remove this column. Suppose if this was also completely blank, it would have been removed by Tableau automatically. But since there was 0 value that was present, due to which it was not able to remove it. But still, if you think, because this is a column that we won't be using, I can right click on this and I can say, please hide it, because I don't need to see that. Okay. Can you all please create a chart? I would like to see in which year maximum number of cars were sold, right? This data is about the cars registration, how many cars were registered in the different countries in the different years. I would like to see a chart where I would like to see how many cars were in which year the highest number of cars were sold. Can you please make a chart on that quickly? Guys, are you able to make it? See, you actually will not be able to do it, right? Why? Because you see the years are coming in the different columns, right? If you come in the sheet, you will have to keep on dragging the years one by one, which you cannot do it, right? You cannot keep on making the charts like this. You can't keep dragging all the years. So what happen is basically, there is something that is called as machine readable data and something that is called as human readable data. If you technically see, this data is already in a form of a report, right? If you see over here, this data is in the form of a report only because this is something, a report that is already created, where we are saying that these many cars were sold in 2005 in Austria, these many cars were sold in Belgium, these many cars were sold in Finland. So this is already a report that is created over here. Okay. Now, if you come over here, so basically what do I mean by the machine readable data is, see, when you load the data in any tool, right? Whether it's an SQL, whether it's a Tableau, it's a Power BI, it's a R or a Python, you always have one column for one type of data, right? If you see year, all the years come in one column. All the industries, they come in one column. All the states, they come in one column. All the city, metro area, everything comes in one single column. And what is happening right now over here is, if you see in this tableau, we are having all the years in the different columns. So what I need to do is, I need to first pivot this data. I need to make sure that I get all the years in one column and corresponding car sales in another column. So how will I do it? I will select all the columns from here to here. So you select the first column, press Control Shift and select the last column. So all these columns will be selected. So all the years column have to be selected. Then what you do is, you simply right click on this. Oops. You right click on this, you will find the option of pivot. Right. So now if you right click on this and pivot it, you get all the years in one column and corresponding car sales over here. Now this is the column of year. This is the car sales. Now, if you will make a chart, you will be able to do it, right? So you bring the year, you bring the car sales, and the chart is ready. Okay, I hope this is clear to all of you. Now, if you want to break this chart on the basis of suppose regions, you can pick up the region and put on a color. And let's make it a chart. Let me bring this in the entire view. Right, so now we can bring this in the entire view. And I can show this car sales on the label also. Okay. Now a task for all of you, right? So can I convert these numbers in the form of a percentage, right? Like in 2005, what percentage of cars were sold in Europe, in Asia, America, and Africa? Can I do that? Can you all do this? I don't want to see the numbers like this. I want to see output in the form of percentage. What percentage of cars were sold in 2005? If I talk about how many percentage of cars were sold in Europe, this, and this.
In quick table calculation, percent of if we
Yeah.
yeah.
If you do that, it's not going to give you the correct output. So you see now it's 3%, 2%, 2%, and some 0.14%. So technically it is giving the calculation for all the data. So if you will add it up as whole, then you will get 100%. But what my expectation is, I want to see it as 100% for one single bar. This one. Okay. So now what we do is definitely we will use the same option only. We are not going to use any different thing. I'll just edit the calculation. I will right click and I will say edit table calculation. So right now what is happening is, if you will see, this percent of total is being calculated across the table. Across means like this, in this direction. Okay, that means it is being calculated in this direction. But what I want to do is I want to calculate down the table like this. So I will say that the calculation should happen down the table. Now if you close this, now you will notice that numbers are coming 100% for each bar. Okay.
Is there a way in which we can show the Africa percentage in the chart? Right now it's too less, so it's not showing the value.
For Africa,
Yeah.
Africa, because the space is very less, it can't show the value over here. So that is why it can't show it. If you right click on this and you see, there is an option of mark label, always show. So you have to forcefully show that value, right? If you see right now, always show, I've done it, is now showing it. So you'll have to go like this and you will have to mark that label and say always show. So then forcefully you can show that number.
Okay.
Okay. So this is where, I think I'll be taking a pause for now. So tomorrow, what we will be doing is we will be exploring the analytics pane over here. What are the different features that we have? And Wednesday, we will be doing a project on the W, right? So that is where we will be in a shape to complete the W, right? So mostly all the things are done. So what I'll do is 2 assignments are already shared. I'm going to share one more case study with all of you today, on which again you guys can work and we can discuss if you will have any doubts or queries on that. And I also shared one book. You guys can take leverage that book. You can read from there, and it's a very simple go through book. I mean, it's not like a PDF file. It's like a book with just screenshots. So they have given like what that feature is. You can just go through a screenshot, and there are some links also given from where you can download the data sets. And there are some practice assignments in that book as well. So you can use that book to do some more practice apart from the assignments that I will be sharing. Okay. Yep. Anything you would like to discuss before we wind up with the session?
After this, we'll start with Power BI.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we need to download anything or install anything?
For Power BI, yeah, so there will be again this, so the software that is Power BI Desktop that we will have to install. So I'll guide you that. So it's a small software, it's just 300 MB file, which you will be able to download. Okay. Okay, class. So see you tomorrow. Take care.